Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I saw an interesting thing today on the map, and I don't know what this is, but I want to go see what it is. Might be something that I lost or something, but I don't remember. There's like a container out in the middle of the lake, and I'm like, I don't think I left that there, but, you know, maybe, but I want to go see what it is. So I'm going to go look. I think we're almost done with the missions on this map, aside from some of these like super delivery missions that are newer, that cover the whole region. But I think we're done with a lot of the missions here. We got the power lines one to handle, and we'll do that next. But I just wanted to check out this first tonight and see what this was. We are going to set it up to morning because once again, I try to record video during the day for this series. We're still in daytime, so. But I don't like recording at night because you can't really see what's going on for the viewers. Though on the snow maps, it doesn't seem to really matter because the snow is so white, you can kind of see the surface anyway and see what you're getting into, but not always. So you can see where I've marked it on the map here. It's off to the right. I'm trying to see what the best way to go to get there is. Arg. Up the hill. Up and over. So some of you may have seen this, but the first time I've noticed it, I was like, what the heck is that? We've seen the observation. It maybe comes in as a mission later or something, but I don't know. Could be part of the Flaming Barrels mission. I noticed this trailer out here. Oh. Get into the gunk already. I think it might have just... Nope, it's gunk. Or is it these trees that are causing... No, this is just straight up gunk. Ugh. This terrain does not look this bad, does it? But maybe I'm hung up on a tree or something? Ugh, what on earth? I think I'm stuck on something rather than in the mud. Because we are like on a hillside here. This should not be like total muck. Whoa. Yeah. Well, that took care of it. Not quite in the way that I intended it to, but... Like down there... I guess this is just mucky terrain. I don't see anything. Weird. There's nothing there. But if you look on the map, there's definitely an object there. What? Let me get rid of that. There we go. See that right there? That it's got to be a bug. Doesn't look like there's something out there, but there's nothing there. It should be right in front of us here. Weird. It's a ghostly container. Okay, so we're going to pull this thing back up onto the main road here, and then we will grab the twin steer in the morning and bring it on down. We need to get a container to fix the fallen radio antenna. And we'll get that mission squared away, and then we'll take a look at the power lines. I think it's a 3-part mission. Should be fairly easy to complete. And I think we need everything. Or we have everything we need on the map. The cargo container we have to get. Now, this is a weird one because it looks like you could use a crane to load it, but there is no crane platform, so you just magically get it on the back of your truck. So, but it's okay. We're not playing hardcore, so let's go ahead and stop the engine. And turn the lights off, and I'm gonna grab the twin steer for the morning. I'll be right back. All right, so we got a bit of a road to take. I know it shows us that it's right to our left, but that's not. We have to go all the way out and around. There's no real straight way to get there. Tell you what, by the time we get the upgrades for this truck, we'll be almost done with the game. I guess the Canadian maps are coming out soon. They said also that the new Western Star 49X, a couple of my viewers have been telling me that that is also coming to the game, so we'll see, but that'll be really neat. Excited about that. It's not going to be a bad thing, that's for sure. Exciting news. I hope we can make it out of this. It's going to bottom out. Nope, we did it. All right, then this road, we're going to turn to the right. I mean, we could go, let me think about this. Left goes on the road that we just took with that truck, and there's no way. So we have to go to the right. Got to stick across the road, twig. Back into gear. Now, if this truck, if you beat it up too much, you'll actually twist the frame, so you don't want to do that. So be careful. I know we did on one of the games that we played. We twisted it pretty bad. I can't remember whose copy it was. It wasn't mine. I was playing multiplayer. It probably was Moni's. Poor Moni. Fill this up. Yep. And we're going to turn left here. So the 49X will be cool. Can't wait to see what that looks like. I mean, obviously we know what it looks like as a truck sim, but it'll look really good in this game. It'll be interesting to see like what versions we get of it. If we have like a truck version, or if we have like both truck and tractor trailer versions, which we probably will. Most of these trucks have that, so I don't think it'll be any different. I don't know how I'm going to get this thing down here, or back out for that matter. Nope. Let's hope we could push that tree over and nudge it a little bit, but no dice. Ugh. Try not to hit that too hard. Okay, there we go. We got it. And off we go into the mush. And this is where we pick the container up from. Basically, you're getting the old parts from this broken antenna or power line or whatever. And then eventually we're going to rebuild these too, I think. And the mission's coming up here with all these fallen power lines get rebuilt. Now that's a radio tower, so that is not a power line. I'm going to go out a different way. I don't want to go in that muck. Let's see. Should we turn in? Yeah. trying to think if it would be better to go past it, but I think this is fine. Easy on the throttle. Don't want to rip up the ground too much. Once again, not the most agile of trucks, but still a unique truck. There we go. So this has all the important radio parts that we need for our tower. So we're going to go ahead and deliver this. Let's take a look at our road. We're going to go back over to the main road and turn right. That's going to be this way, past the metal beams, and then up the hill. I would say here is going to be the best spot to do that. So we're going to go past those first two roads because those little back roads we're not going to make it on with this truck. Using the diff lock here where the road is really loose. This mission might actually be easier with a smaller truck just because of the sharp turns that we have to make and the fact that it only takes up 2 slots. But it is what it is. And we're coming up to that big curve. I don't know how we're going to get around that, but we're definitely going to try. I'm going to stick close to this post. And we're not bottoming out, but we may end up having to winch our way through. I'm hoping that we can avoid that, but I also don't want to dump over here. Come on, a little bit more. Okay. And we made it. And we didn't use much gas either, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and deliver these parts. That's the first road. I think there's 2 more roads. Ugh. My Xbox controller connector is going bad. I hate these USB micro connectors. They're the worst. I wish they would start making stuff with using USB-C, because it's much more like non-breakable than the USB micro. That's why Nintendo used it for their Switch, even though those break too. I have 3 Nintendo Switches: my wife's, mine, and then my Switch Lite. And I let the kids play with my Switch Lite, or my main Switch. I mean, I keep the Switch Lite for myself. And all 3 of them have had the ports go bad. And I'm not the only one. A lot of people have that issue. I've been super, super careful with mine. I never even play it with the port plugged in, but it still went bad. And anyway, it's a $120 repair if it's not under warranty. But it's still stronger than these stupid USB mini ports. Nope, we're going to have to do one reversing action. Not too bad, though. There we go. Getting Facebooked. Ba-ding, ba-ding, pa-ching. Sorry, that is on my end, guys, for those of you watching. What is this? I don't remember there being... Oh, I guess that's all part of it. I don't remember there being a river, but... A river runs through it, I guess. Little movie humor there. It's not very good. This is where having that front-wheel drive box would be very helpful. But it's probably somewhere in Russia. So I'll go ahead and see if I can find that. I'm going to scout out some of these maps ahead again. I went to Alaska, but I need to go further now and find some of the gearboxes and stuff for this truck before we get for these trucks before I get to Alaska. So once again, I've been doing that off camera on this series. On the hardcore series, we actually go map by map, so that won't be happening. But on this series, I do some ahead scouting, because it's obviously some parts you just need if you're not caring about doing hardcore mode. This is not a great spot for this truck. This kind of road is not really what this was designed for necessarily. You can do it, but you can see here with all these big ridges and stuff, like I don't know if we're going to catch underneath. It's close, but we did it. I think that's our last big bump. My goodness, I'm getting texts and Facebooks, and I've been here all day. It's Monday, and I didn't do any work today. I got photo shoots and stuff tomorrow, but not today. And it's like my phone is blowing up now that I'm recording, and sat around all day just playing flight sim and enjoying flying and driving my trucks and stuff. And now that I'm trying to get some recording done, pa-ting, 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 pa-ting. Okay, so this should be the last thing that we need to do for the side missions on this map. So we'll see if we can get one of the 3 towers done. All right, so that tower's been repaired. So now all we really have left, I believe, is our power lines. So we got to fix all these. Fallen pole 3, fallen pole 2, and fallen pole 1. And where's our dairy long hauler? I think is over here. Yep. And we have, oh no, that's our, where's the dairy? That's our Lodestar. That's our Kodiak. Well, I'll find it. But anyway, we have to... Oh, there it is. It's up here. So we have a fallen pole. We have to pick up metal. We can pick up metal beams from here. I think that has 2 of them. And each one of them needs 1. We need metal beams for each of these. So what is this? Can you pick up... You can probably pick up beams from there. And there's a beam. It looks like a metal beams in here. So we should have enough to, without even having to pull anything from our factories. So let's go ahead and get that mission started. In fact, I probably will do that on this episode. We should be able to finish it in about a half an hour. And I think that's it, honestly, for this map. Maybe. Let's see. What's Dyson got? Nope, those are other maps. Steel River's all done. So, all right. So let's get started. But hang on, I need to check and see what's going on with my phone because it's blowing up. I'll be back. All right. So we have the long hauler. And I am slipping into the mud. And I am sorry, I just canned the recording and restarted, so it means the quality's going to be a little bit lower than normal. Because I'll have to paste this together in my program, which really sucks. I did that, but oh well, it happens. Metal beams. What do we got? I'm just looking around to see what we... Okay, so I got to go over there. So we'll go through here, stop. We'll drop this trailer there by the Lodestar. And it's begun raining. Not great. This truck does pretty good all-wheel drive, you know, like I'm not, or no-wheel drive, I mean, I'm not putting it in any gearing right now. And we were in pretty deep mud. And then we can do that and lock all those wheels together and it just sends it rocketing forward. Yeah, are you ready to go? I thought you were still out playing with your friends. Yeah, are you still playing? Did you just come in? Or are you still playing? I told your mom that we'd go to her house to drop you guys off once you were done playing. You're done playing, so you're ready to go? All right, tell Evelyn and Violet to get ready to go, and then we'll go. All right, kiddo? He's so cute. So which do you think I should use, all-wheel drive or diff lock? Probably diff lock. I think diff lock takes up less fuel. Like no extra fuel. And then all-wheel drive just gives you that grip that you need. So, what's up, honey? It's time to go. It's time to skedaddle. All right. And so I think once we're done with that mission, we're ready to move on to Drummond Island. And then we should be unlocking everything at that point. And then we have a whole bunch of missions that we have to come back and do now, because they've changed the mission order and there's new missions available on all of the maps. So this is what happens when it takes you like a year to play through the game. They keep adding stuff. I kind of like that, though, actually. I'm not complaining about that. I think it's pretty cool that we get to have more content added as we go. So it's kind of neat. Let's see. Where am I going? Am I going the right way? Yeah, okay. This truck is sweet. on dry surface so we can turn that all off and get better mileage. So we're going to drop this right here. And move on forward. I'm going to pick up some fuel at the lumber mill. Once again, fuel has not been an issue on this map. People are like, it's so hard because there's no gas stations and there's no truck. It's been fine. This has really been one of the easier maps. There aren't that many missions on the map. And it's, the missions aren't that hard, and it's a pretty flat map. It's just muddy. But I haven't found that, at least personally, this being a very difficult map. We've gotten through it pretty quick. So, now we have some pretty capable, trucks as I dump the truck over. All right, we're going to take our time going over this bridge. The road gets all splooshy at the bridge ends. Actually, it was fine there. Well, sweet. Now, if I remember right, I think our trailer dumped over and dumped the load all over the place, so we may have to bring the crane out to repair that. But we'll see. So we need some fuel from this guy. Perfect. And off we go. Daryl the Long Hauler. And that's with an OLD, not Daryl, but Darold. The Daryl the Long Hauler. This truck never fails, it never gives up. Turn the locky locks off. Into the smush. Hey, we passed right over it, no problems. Some slippage going on there, so we'll pop the diff lock back on and reinvigorate our forward progress. And we should be coming up on that trailer any second now. It's not looking promising. One of the things is still in. Is that the only one? I thought I had two. But I guess it only had one. But it's going to go any second now. Okay, so we only have one in there. I thought we had two, but I guess we did not, so. Sorry, there's a real train going by in my backyard. Which we hear that from time to time. So we can slowly pull this over. That's really not what my intention was. I'm going to see if we can cheat this a little bit. First of all, give that a little love tap right there. I'm trying to do this without having to bring the crane over, but probably this isn't going to work. No, it's just not going to cooperate. So, okay. Well, we'll just get the crane. Instead of slogging around for an hour and a half trying to get this thing out, we're just going to... I'll probably just, honestly, just yank this trailer out with this truck and then get that on the back of this, and then we'll use the crane to load it. This is not going well. I think I'm going to have to pull it this way. Yep. Nope, it's stuck really good. Man, just sit. Oh my God. It's getting annoying. Talk about those real world physics. Unfriggin' believable. Come on. Almost. Almost there. I think this trailer just wants to be on its side. I don't understand what's going on here with this thing, but it will not, it doesn't want to level out. It's like no matter what I do, it ends up flipping the other way. And I'm getting a little bit pissed off at this point. All right, come on. I want the outside winch, and I want to go to the this part, yeah. Come on. Really? Are you kidding? Oh, God. I don't know why I have such a hard time with this game. I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. I'm just trying to get a trailer attached to a truck. But it turns into a real, you know what kind of show here. I'm like, I can't win. There. And it's going to go the other way. I mean, seriously. Could they have made that any more difficult? I don't know why the trailer wants to tip so badly. I've used these a lot, and I've never really had any problems with them, but for whatever reason, maybe just the way the terrain is so angled here, it's causing it to flip out, but wow, that was not fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and back this into these people's driveway and get that loaded. All right. Let's make this way more complicated than it needs to be. Turn off beacons, restore crane. Lights on. And let's head over and get that loaded onto the back of the wagon. Load it up. This shouldn't be famous last words. Too difficult. Let's see, it's probably going to be impossible. I'm going to end up dumping this truck over. Let's just see how this goes. Because we already know. Come on, Sir Piggy. Sir Piggy the Bear. What? I do like driving inside the Kodiak. It's pretty... I love the square hood. Like in real life, they're fun to drive too. I've driven one before, years ago. It does give you a good idea where the hood is. It's not great for seeing people walking in front of the truck, though. That's the only problem. It's kind of a people smusher. I certainly don't want to dump this thing over, and rocketing forward's not going to help. Oh, yeah, yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Come on. I overcooked that. All right, there we go. I'm going to drop this down. Actually, no, we're not. That's going to raise it up. Drop it down. And I'm going to hop in my big truck. And we're going to go ahead and pack that cargo. Boop. And I'm going to deliver it to, let's see. I've got, what do we got here? We can pick up from there and drop there. That's a trailer. What does this have? This must have, yep, it's got 2 metal beams on there. So we'll use that for the other one. But this one, let me think about how to do this. I'm thinking we should go up and see. I want this trailer to end up at the shop eventually to get sold, but we could always sell it at Drummond Island also. So we could use it to deliver at the first fallen pole, and then we'll pick the second trailer up and work our way back down again. So like go up and around, do this, pick that up, do that, swing around here and do that. That'll do you. Come on, stop rolling backwards. Oh my God. It took the engine forever to start. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. So I think for this episode, we'll go ahead and we're at a 40-minute mark. So by the time we do this, we're going to be almost at an hour. So we'll go ahead and deliver this and call it a night. And then we'll start with the next trailer tomorrow. Pardon me. I'm pretty sure you can buy and sell trailers on Drummond Island, but I might be wrong. If that's the case and you can't, then we'll just have to drag this back to the other place. But I'm positive there's a trailer store or two on Drummond Island. So, but sometimes when you're this far into the map, it's actually faster to go back to Smithville from this side of it. So. I like up here at this junction, we go straight. Let's see. It's going to be straight for a while now. All right, we're almost there. This is the most exciting trip ever. It's actually pretty bland. We are the champions. But the lesson we've learned tonight is these trailers like to tip over. Hopefully the next one, wow, won't. Thanks a lot. Jeepers. Welcome to Oshkosh. Actually, Michigan's pretty close to Wisconsin. So I suppose you could say that it's, wow, why did it... I don't know why it shut off there, but maybe my joystick came disconnected. I wonder if Snowrunner is going to come out for the Nintendo Switch. I know they mentioned, the original Mud Runner was, and I know they've mentioned that they're going to, but I don't know. Haven't seen any more news according to that thread. I'd be kind of cool if it did, but I don't know that the Switch would be able to handle the graphics. I know with Mud Runner it definitely gets slow, runs in maybe 24, 25 frames a second. But it still would be pretty neat. And the sun goes down, and it is night. Night has fallen in Michigan, so this will be our last load. This truck actually looks like, it doesn't look too comfortable, but you could sleep back there possibly. It's got some room in the cab for a good nap. All right, so there we go. Happily, another episode is completed. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night, and we will see you next time on Snowrunner.